Would you look at that. Rockstar Games was able to settle on a release date for GTA 6 and the pre-orders are going rampant right now. Not to mention, you hear a lot of streamers talking about how they're gonna play GTA 6 the moment it comes out, which, fair. But if I'm being honest, I could care less about GTA 6 and Rockstar Games. Now, before you say I'm hating Rockstar Games just to hate on Rockstar Games, I'm not. I've kind of felt like this for like a long time now, and I want to air out my grievances as to why I don't really care for Rockstar Games like many other people do, especially since I don't want the algorithm to swallow up this video into the infinite void once GTA 6 actually drops, and you wouldn't be able to see this video under the slew of GTA 6 videos that will come out. So it's best to talk about it now than to wait until like November when the game comes out. So with that being said, this is why I don't care about Rockstar Games. You thought I was going to talk about the pricing of the games, but no, that seems to be already a game industry problem at the moment. So we're not really going to touch upon that. No, we're going to talk about their obsession with realistic graphics, and it's something that started since the PS2. Well, it wasn't bad in the PS2 era, but it did become a problem later on. But we'll go more in depth with that as we go deeper into the video. Now, realistic graphics is something that the gaming industry has been aiming for ever since, well, the PS1, N64, and Sega Saturn era of gaming. But it wasn't until the 6th generation of console that realistic graphics could be possible in video games. And Rockstar Games was the lead charge into that, with their most popular game on the PlayStation 2 being GTA 3 and GTA Vice City. It blew up so much in popularity that every video game afterwards tried to take inspiration from it. And Rockstar became a household name, gaining the loyalty of so many gaming fans around the world for how mature their video games were compared to a company like Nintendo with their franchises. Not only that, but they were pumping out very stellar and realistic graphics for their games as well. Examples of this are Max Payne, Manhunt, Bully, and Red Dead Redemption 1. And despite it getting its praise, to me, it feels like Rockstar Games was one of the many contributors as to pushing towards more realistic graphics in video games while sacrificing gameplay. Because if you look at the landscape of video games nowadays, so many of them are pushing towards more realistic graphics, but sacrificing gameplay in the process. There are a few games from other companies that keep its more stylish art style from the previous generations, especially indie games, but so many games that are mainstream nowadays usually have more realistic graphics to it. And to me, it all just looks the same, boring. Like, bro, where's my whimsy? I've been looking at the same gray area for the past 6 hours now. And I feel like this need for realistic graphics have gotten worse and worse. And Rockstar Games is the biggest example of that, because they run into another issue as to why I have such a big problem with them and why I don't care about them as much. It's because they also sacrificed their development. Now, this topic is kind of the biggest reason I'm not a fan of Rockstar Games. I mean, I'm already a Kingdom Hearts fan. Do you think I need Rockstar Games on my resume? I mean, have you seen their release schedule? This shit is atrocious! The last game they released was in 2013, and the next game they released was in 2018. And that's not bad. That's the usual time a game should be developed, 3 to 5 years. But the fact that it's taking 8 years to come out with GTA 6 is fucking disgusting. But not only that, but that 5-year gap between GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2, there were no games released from Rockstar because their sole focus was on Red Dead Redemption 2, and now their sole focus was on GTA 6 after that game's release. Like, brother, why are you spending all your resources on just one game? And not only that, if it's taking you this long to complete said one game, why not develop different other games? games. You've done it before. Like, your company's big enough and you have enough employees to split up into different dev teams for specific games you would want to make. Like so many other video game companies do this. Why do you feel the need to be the outlier? Like Nintendo, for example, they have development teams for both their big, small, and experimental titles. And the same thing goes for Sega, where they have multiple IPs under their name and don't just rely on Sonic like they did in the 2010s. I mean, shit, they were gonna give up on Sonic at one point. Thank you, Izuka, for saving the franchise. I mean, we got Persona, Yakuza, Super Monkey Ball, currently Shinobi. And even with the Sonic franchise, despite Sonic Frontiers coming out in 2022, in that time, we've also gotten Sonic Superstars, Sonic X Shadow Generations, and Sonic Racing Crossworlds, which is still getting DLC to this very day. And all of that while they're still working on the next 3D mainline Sonic game. Another one is Capcom, and yeah, a lot of people will call them Resident Evil merchants nowadays, but they still got other games. They have Street Fighter, which is still getting DLC. A new Mega Man game that's coming out in 2027. I mean, shit, they even made a new IP in Pragmata. And as much as I want to give credit to Square Enix, if your name isn't Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, or Kingdom Hearts, you're barely gonna get any advertisements, but at least they still make the games in between those releases. So to me, I don't understand why Rockstar Games doesn't split up the dev team to create more games in between the wait for other games. Because if you do this, this is nothing but agonizing. And it's kind of one of my main reasons as to why I genuinely do not care for Rockstar Games. And I know you're asking, aren't you a Kingdom Hearts fan? Well, yeah, but before the release of Kingdom Hearts 4, we had games in between the numbered entries to keep the player invested in the series. They even gave you collections to be caught up on the series before Kingdom Hearts 3. And I only suspect the reason why we haven't gotten any more Kingdom Hearts games after Melody of Memory and Dark Road is because, well, Square Enix's in-house restructuring again, and Nomura being dragged into the Final Fantasy VII Re-trilogy, which basically means making one game at a time instead of making multiple games to wait out the dev time of Kingdom Hearts 4. And I wish I could give Rockstar Games the same excuse I'm giving Square Enix, but I can't. I just talked about why I can't. And to be honest, the main reason for their long dev time, which is going to be the final topic as to why I don't care about Rockstar Games, is because of their Rockstar Games, when it comes to their craft, are perfectionists. And to be honest, that's more of a detriment than it is a quality. I don't want to put up the chart again because you already saw the evidence as to why, but it's a huge factor as to why I genuinely do not care about Rockstar Games. Because if they're so dead set and focused to perfect one singular game without releasing anything else in between, then why should I be excited for a new game they show a teaser for when I know it's gonna probably take them a fucking decade to complete it? And I know I sound like a massive hypocrite right now because, like, hello, I'm a Kingdom Hearts fan, but even I give that criticism because in the wait time we have for Kingdom Hearts 4, the last thing to be released for the Kingdom Hearts franchise was Melody of Memory and Dark Road, which was back in 2020. But I still understand why it's like this. It's because of Square's in-house meddling and Nomura working on the Final Fantasy VII Remake trilogy alongside Kingdom Hearts 4. And here I am late to the party because they just announced a new trailer for Kingdom Hearts 4 and it'll be releasing late 2027, and I couldn't be any more happier, bitch. But with Rockstar Games, I can't give them that same excuse because they haven't released anything in the time when GTA 6 is about to release. And Rockstar Games' perfectionism is so bad that the budget for GTA 6 is literally $1 billion. No, you didn't hear that wrong. I didn't say million, I said billion. With the way the pre-orders for GTA is looking, I don't doubt it's gonna make back that revenue, but like, it makes me wonder, what if it didn't? You just spent $1 billion working on a game when it could have taken you like $1 million to make it. If the pre-order thing didn't meet expectations and the game didn't sell well, how are you gonna make back that revenue? You would probably be in debt. But you know, Rockstar fans are gonna be Rockstar fans, and there's not really much to worry about now, but like, I keep thinking to myself, what would have happened if they didn't reach that $1 billion expectation? Because once something releases, with the amount of budget you put into it, the amount of revenue you would need to have would have to be over the budget you originally planned for. So you're basically placing a bet on your entire company's future. And considering how long it took for us to get a trailer and how many delays it took for the game to actually confirm a release date, I wouldn't be surprised if you lost fans who didn't want to buy the game anymore. Luckily, there are still people out there that are willing to buy the game even if it took this long. And that kind of brings me to my final point on why I don't care about Rockstar Games. They get too overconfident because of how successful their games have been. They take way too long to develop one singular game because of how much of a perfectionist they are, and they don't take the time to split up their dev team so that they can work on smaller titles to keep the attention on them while people are waiting for the bigger titles. Those are the reasons why I don't care about Rockstar Games, and I probably never will if I'm being honest. Because if I didn't care about Rockstar Games when I was a teenager, what makes me think I'm gonna care about them now? That's gonna be it for this video. If you guys have anything you want to say about Rockstar Games, make sure to leave a comment. I'll see you guys next time.